got back from Gerson's and with the water heater and got the skin off of it. This one went a lot easier. I used my reciprocal saw and just put it at a real sharp angle, and that went a lot easier. Got a lot of the knobs off. Here's all the controllers and the screws that came off. That took a bit of a time getting it off, but we found out how to do it. And yeah, hi Blackie. You're investigating the cooler, and Hopi's helping. And I'm going to take a knife and continue cutting down and getting this polyurethane off of this inner tank. This is the one we want to sand down and paint with the flat black paint. And of course I'm saving everything. I might need it for something. I've got something in mind already for it. But here we go. Now it's just a lot of peeling and sanding work. Tack cloth, so since there's no tack cloth, I'm just using a slightly damp rag to get all that dust off of it after sanding. In these areas like this here where it already has the fixture on, I didn't bother taking the fixture off because I might be able to use it the way it is. But anyway, the polyurethane is stuck right around here, so you got to take a little hand sand and just sand it by hand around where the electric sander won't fit. I noticed that there's a section down here that had the gas plate in it, and I don't know if you can see in there because it's pretty dark, but it's just hollow, and it looks to me like there's a friction fit right here. I might be able to bounce this off of here. I really don't need this for this project, and I'm going to see if I can get a crowbar or something and try to get that off of there. When I feel inside, it feels like another lip, like the top of this part, so I'm thinking I can get a crowbar in there and pop this section off. That'll give me more room inside the tank, inside of my bread box. When I'm looking at my bread box as compared to the tank, the end of the tank is here, and the bread box is about 3 inches that way, and the end of the tank is here, and I've got a good foot on that side, so I really wouldn't have to take this off, but it'll give me more room for my stand that I have to set the bread box on. As you can see, this water tank is in a lot better shape than the other one. There's hardly any rust, just a little bit here and there, compared to what we were faced with the other one. So big difference. And I think this one's going to be a keeper. Okay, the last time we spoke was I had to get this little metal piece off the bottom of the water heater to give me more room inside my bread box. Hi, rascal. I didn't have to take it off. I did have enough room, but I need to, I want to give myself as much room for reflective as possible. This was kind of a bugger to get off. It had this on the outside that was riveted on. It had little rivets on here rather than screws or bolts, so I had to take I forgot a crowbar, and I got my wrecking bar. The wrecking bar is kind of over, overkill, but I needed it to hit the top of the crowbar in order to break through those rivets. And then I took this big screwdriver here and just went in along the rim and gradually bent this little window piece down, this little bar right here. And as soon as I released that tension and went like this, it just popped right out. So that's done. And shoot, I was thinking this might make a good bottom for my little barbecue grill that broke its legs. So now I can use my little Weber again. Ha ha! Yep, fits right on there. I can use my little Weber again. Cool! I was using this hubcap here as a drop feeder for the chickens that I was using for my Weber. Now I can take it back for the chickens. They'll be glad. All these little metal fibers. You can see these pretty well. That came off that wire brush I was using. And that's not a broom, that's metal. That'll go right up through a foot. So I got my handy dandy magnet here, and I'm just going to drag it across here, pick up all those leavings and all the pieces of brush that broke off. It's an old brush. There we go. Don't want to get it in my feet or the dog's feet. Look at that. It sure does a good job at picking those up. Well, there's a little bit of rust on here, and I tried going over it with a brush, but it's just resisting a little bit. So I'm going to try some vinegar, just white distilled vinegar. Yeah. Going to take that cloth and just run the vinegar over the surface. It's really not rusty hardly at all. Oh yeah, look at that coming off of there. Whew. I didn't expect it to work that quickly. I thought it was a little bit more embedded than this. I have the tank raised up, look at that. I have the tank raised up on a little board so I can get underneath it without having to lift it every time. That seems to be working pretty well. I'm getting a lot of stuff off of there. I don't know if it's rust or just dirt. But we'll let that on there now and see how that works. I'm taking some of that rust off. Okay, I gave this a nice vinegar treatment and rinsed it all off out with the hose. And I'm going to bring a rag and dry it off a little bit and then let it dry. Be drawn out.